We have a lot of words, and we learned this since we are kids at school. Like words with al have a lot of Islamic influence. For example, Algarve, yes. Alfama, it's the old town as well. I've read some stuff about this neighborhood because it's like the old town in Lisbon, and it's one of my favorite neighborhoods here. But we destroyed a lot of things, and we shouldn't have. Basically because it's like a different religion, a different culture. Why the hell do we want this? And that's sad. And people don't realize that we did that. Like it wasn't. We weren't heroes, you know.
Peace, 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 peace. I'm Rami Salam El. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. We got a great class today. Moorish history in Portugal. Oh my goodness, we're going to take it there. See, it's not just studying what Noble Joe Ali said. No. We got to study world history. We studying in Morocco history. We studying in Brazilian history. And today, we taking it to Portugal. Well, back then, it was called Al-Andalusia, but we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. And I got some things I want to read, too, from the Golden Age of the Moor, I've inserted, but we're going to wait for that. We're going to get to the video first, then we're going to come back to the book. We're going to do a little discussing. I'm going to lose my page. We're going to do some discussing, and then we're going to get up out of here. Cool? So get a paper, get a pen, get a pencil if you like. Open your mind, lock in, let's focus, and let's learn. You ready? All right, here we go.
We are stepping in the fourth part of this series, which is actually the Moorish Portugal. And curious enough is for you to know that every word in Portuguese that starts with AL, like Allah, it derives from from the Muslims and the Moors. The Moors were the inhabitants of northern Africa, and they were they were Muslims. So now let us start to get into these Moorish. For example, which words start with AL? Algarve. I'm sure that most of you just love this beautiful, sunny, warm Portuguese region, but also words like Alguidar, like that tub where you wash, etc., or almofada, your cushion, your pillow. It's also from Moorish, this Moorish influence. So everything started with the Prophet Muhammad when he preached his new religion, Islam, in Arabia. And when he died in 632, his successors undertook a program of world conquest in the name of Allah and Islam. By 700, their forces swept across northern Africa and subdued Morocco. So they crossed into what is now Spain in 711, and over the years they subjugated almost the entire peninsula with incredible speed. However, as opposed to the previous invaders of Iberia, these Muslims, who were named Moors by the Christians, chose to settle mostly in the south, in the area of present Portugal. Their presence was strong mostly in today's Alentejo, again Alentejo, and Algarve provinces. And the Moors from Egypt settled mostly in today's Beja and Faro, while the Syrians settled between Faro and the Spanish city of Seville. The Moors fortified several cities. Works of irrigation from Roman days were restored and perfected, and the use of linen paper made the multiplication of books much easier than in the days of parchment rolls. As a result, literacy was widespread. And we have also to thank the Moors for the introduction of the Arabic algorithms. So even in preschool today in Portugal, we learn the numeração romana, like Roman numbers from 1 to 10 and multiples of 10 of 100 and 1000, and de numeração árabe from zero to infinite, including decimals. So where to see Moorish Portugal? Unlike Spain, Portugal has no complete buildings left from the Moorish period, but in the south of the country there is still a rather strong Moorish influence. The styles of the typical chimneys in the Algarve, the white long chimneys, are often described in Moorish influence, like those minarets, as the whitewashed houses with wrought iron work of Alentejo, for an example. And there are also several Moorish castles, with the most famous being the Castelo dos Mouros in Sintra. Very, very almost magical castle. There are also remains of Moorish quarters, particularly in Alentejo, in the towns of Moura and Mértola, the site of a church that remains and retains many Moorish features. Mértola also has a small museum housing the country's best collection of Islamic art, including ceramics, coins, and jewelry. But the Sintra National Palace also features Moorish decoration, although that dates from the 16th century, long after the Moors had been expelled from the country. And this is where you can find the Moorish influence in Portugal nowadays.
One thing that makes me a bit upset with this is that when we are in school, we talk about the, I don't know the name in English, but basically when we try to get the territory back, and yeah, Reconquista, the Reconquista, and we talk about this really, really proud way, like we took it back or we took the land for us, and it's not something we should be proud of today. I mean, I understand that back in the time it was different, but it's like, it's not like the people from North Africa were here invading us. This was their land. So I think inside our brains, we still think that this was always ours, and yeah, they didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve the land.
What about the original conquest? I mean, originally they came and conquered Spain and Portugal, Sicily. So they weren't here before either, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if you go even back, like more back in the time, there were other kinds of cultures here.
And that was interesting, wasn't it? Yeah. And that was interesting, wasn't it? Yeah, this is why we got to study history. You know what I mean? And we can't just be, closed-minded and tunnel vision and only looking for Black history or Moorish history. You got to expand your mind, looking at things from different perspectives. You feel me? Look into Portugal's history, Spain's history. Look into Christianity's history, because we in there too. Look into Saracens, Berbers, Amazigh, Moorish, North African, Arabs, Muslim. We got to study all this history. But right now I want to focus on Portugal, because that is what the topic of the day is. Coming once again back to The Golden Age of the Moor, Ivan van Sertima. Amazing book, and I just wanted to read something real quick. It says, after the invasion of 711 came other waves of Moors even darker. It was this occupation of Portugal which accounts for the fact that even noble families had absorbed the blood of the Moor. From that time onwards, racial mixing in Portugal, as in Spain, and elsewhere in Europe, which came under the influence of Moors, took place on a large scale. Oh my goodness. That is why historians claim that Portugal is in reality Negroid land. Listen to this. That is why historians claim, because of the racial mixing in Portugal between Moors and Europeans, that is why historians claim that Portugal is in reality, quote unquote, Negro land. Now we know Negro is not a proper term for people. Neither is the term black. Neither is the term colored. Neither is the term African American, if we really want to get, you feel me? But all of those terms are speaking about a specific group of people. More. Let me continue. And that when Napoleon explained that Africa begins at the Pyrenees, he meant every word that he uttered. Even the world-famed shrine in Portugal, Fatima, where Catholic pilgrims from all over the world go in search of miracle cures for their afflictions, owes its origin to the Moors. The story goes that a Portuguese nobleman was so saddened by the death of his wife, a young Moorish beauty by the name of Fatima. He was so saddened by the death of his wife, whom he had married after her conversion to the Christian faith, that he gave up his title and fortune and entered a monastery. His wife was buried on a high plateau called Sierra de Aire, or Aire, A-I-R-E. It is from there that the name Fatima is derived. Read this last little bit. The Moors ruled and occupied Lisbon and the rest of the country until well into the 12th century. They were finally defeated and driven out by the forces of King Alfonso Henriques, who was aided by English and Flemish crusaders. The scene of this battle was the Castelo de São Jorge, or in English, the Castle of St. George. Today, it still stands, overlooking the city of Lisbona, as the Moors named Lisbon. But the defeat of the Moors did not put an end to their influence on Portugal. The African Moorish presence can be seen everywhere in Portugal. In the architecture of many of the buildings, they still retain their Moorish design. I mean, you saw it. You saw them firsthand talking about how the Moorish architecture, because it's the truth, baby. Our peoples, I wasn't there, but our peoples was there. You know what I mean? Our ancestors, you go back in time, yeah. Not our beliefs, not how we feel about it. It's just the facts, man. This is just the facts. And this is why it's important to know yourself. But I wanted to add one last little bit, and it's actually the reason that I even got onto this topic and needed to make this video in the first place. I don't remember how I got to looking for this word, but I ended up looking up the word M-O-U-R-O-S, Mouros, right? And it popped up. And I just want to read to you what it says. It's very interesting. It says, according to Galician, Asturian, and Portuguese mythology, listen close now. According to Portuguese mythology, the Mouros are a race of supernatural beings which inhabited the lands of Galicia, Asturias, and Portugal since the beginning of time. Oh my God. The Mouros are a race of supernatural beings that have been occupying that land since the beginning of time. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Mouros, Rami? Really? Supernatural beings? Really? But I didn't make it up. Don't believe me. I don't want you to believe me. what I want you to do is go onto your, you know what I mean, your tablet, your phone, whatever. Pull up a search engine, okay? Then I want you to type in Portuguese to English translation, okay? Then when that pops up and it has the two boxes, I want you in the Portuguese box. I want you to type the word M-O-U, okay? M-O-U-R-O-S, okay? That's it. And then I want you to hit enter so that it translates. And I want you to tell me in the comments section, you right there, you, tell me what it translates into. I'll be waiting. My goodness. Gotta know what you Ali, man. Know what you study. 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 Come on now. Gotta know yourself. Gotta get into this Moorish science. You feel me? That's all I got. That's all I got. I'll see you in the comment section. Moorish history in Portugal. Whew, my goodness. Much love. Keep shining. Study. And most importantly, if nothing else, if you don't do the translation, if you don't study, if you don't do nothing else, love instead of hate. That is the key. That's the way. Much love to you and yours. And you have a great day.